Hello people, I'm the Real Comic Book Gamer, and today I'm going to be talking about some of the best books that are coming out of Marvel right now, because I know I've been bashing Marvel lately, and a lot of their stuff isn't very good, but they do have some good stuff, and you should definitely talk about the good stuff as well as the bad. I love Marvel so much, and that's why I talk about the bad stuff. You criticize stuff that you love, so of course, I'm going to criticize them and be like, please stop doing this stuff, but at the same time, I'm going to praise them for the good stuff that they're doing, so that's what I'm going to talk about today, especially because I know a lot of people are like me, who wanted to read Marvel, but there wasn't anything good at the time to read, because I've always been a Marvel fan for a long time, but lately for the past couple months, it's kind of like I didn't know what to read, because I'd look and be like, that book's garbage, I heard that book's terrible, so I kind of just like went in and found some random books, and experimented with different books, and then found out what I think is good. I haven't read every single Marvel book. There are definitely probably other good Marvel books that I'm not reading, but these are the ones I am reading that I think are pretty good, so let's get into it. Starting off with Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe again. Now, I have not read the second issue yet, because when I went to get the second issue, my comic shop was sold out, but the first issue was really solid. I love the first storyline of this. Cullen Bunn is one of my favorite Deadpool writers, and I think he's one of the best guys at Marvel right now, and he's doing a great job with this. I really enjoy it. I loved his work on the Darth Maul miniseries as well, and with this, it's really interesting because things are starting to unravel. We're starting to see who's really behind the whole Deadpool killing everyone thing, like what's causing him to go off like that. I love the art changes for when he's murdering everyone. We see in his head, he's just murdering these random villains, but in actuality, that's not what's happening at all, and it goes like all cartoony when he's murdering people, and I love it. I thought it was really cool and really well done, and an interesting mystery, so yeah, definitely pick that up if you're not reading it, and I know it's just going to be a mini-series, but still, I'm really enjoying it right now. Next, I have Astonishing X-Men. This series just started, but it's really good. It's off to a really good start. The beginning of the book is Psylocke gets attacked by some random psychic. We don't know who yet, but we see that he's going after multiple psychics, but he goes after Psylocke. He triggers something in her head which makes her just try to defend herself, and so she goes and she starts like attacking everyone within the area, but at the same time she has a defense set up to where she just like automatically pings a bunch of different X-Men to come to her to try to help her. So that's like Gambit, Old Man Logan, Rogue, a bunch of those guys, and we even see Phantom X show up, which is cool because there's a lot of ties there to the Rick Remender X-Force run, which is my favorite run on X-Force. I love it. It's great, and so that's pretty cool to see, and they come help her. They're able to help her calm down and get her, and it's a really cool scene seeing Rogue and Bishop being able to sort of team up and able to get this crazy power out, whatever was infecting her, out of her, and I liked seeing that. And then we learned that it was the Shadow King that set this whole thing up, that triggered her, and she tells them that the Shadow King is going to be going after other psychics, and it could be really bad because these psychics could just destroy everything, just kill everyone on planet Earth. So they go to the astral plane, which is where the Shadow King is. A bunch of them go. Some stay on Earth to help, but a lot of them, like Old Man Logan, go into the astral plane to try to hunt down the Shadow King, and Psylocke tells them to kill him. So I'm excited about that. That's a really good setup for a book. That's just issue 1. I can't wait to see what happens next. And next up, I have Daredevil, which I'm reading in trade right now. I have the first 2 volumes. I've really enjoyed both the volumes. I'd say volume 1 is much better than volume 2. They're both good though. Volume 1 is a really good story about Daredevil and his new apprentice sidekick called Blind Spot, which I like Blind Spot. He's a good addition, and it's an interesting dynamic the two have, and seeing Daredevil with a sidekick is definitely different, and it's not a bad different. I like seeing it, and Blind Spot is a really cool character, and I like his powers because he's got the suit that lets him turn invisible. That's why he's called Blind Spot, but he still gets his ass kicked a lot, and he's got sort of a sad story that was going on with him in volume 1. You feel for the guy definitely a lot, and we have stuff like with the hand in here and 10 fingers. We got some great Matt Murdock moments in here, and seeing Matt Murdock trying to get back to the top of the lawyer food chain, trying to get back there being a top lawyer, is also a really cool storyline going on here. And yeah, the first volume is great. The second volume is good, not as good as the first volume, mainly because it's scatterbrained, because the first part of it is about Elektra, and it's really good. It's some really cool stuff about Elektra. I love seeing Elektra back in this book, and then it just goes to a Spider-Man Daredevil team up, which is also really good, but it kind of has nothing really to do with the Elektra stuff. At least, like, I would have liked to see more Elektra. It's just like, okay, Daredevil and Elektra, then Daredevil and Spider-Man. It's like, okay, both are done really well, but it kind of comes out of nowhere, because the Daredevil Spider-Man stuff is really good. What happens with Elektra is you see Daredevil's just waiting on a rooftop knowing Elektra's going to be coming. She comes and she tries to murder him, and he's really confused as to why she's trying to murder him, and we as the reader are very confused as well. Then stuff is revealed that I don't want to spoil here, and it's like, okay, that makes sense, and it's a really interesting storyline. And then we get like 2 issues of that, and it it ends. And then we go to the next one, and it's Daredevil gambling, and then it's Matt Murdock gambling, and then him and Spider-Man team up, and it's another really interesting story because they're trying to get this briefcase, and I love the back and forth between Daredevil and Spider-Man. It's fantastic. I love the way Charles Soules writes Spider-Man. It's really well done. And then they get this briefcase, and we see that Spider-Man doesn't really trust Daredevil because he doesn't know what is in the briefcase, and then Daredevil sort of comes clean to Spider-Man about some stuff, and it's a really good story. But again, they're both like so different from each other. It was like, why are these in the same volume? It's odd, but overall still a good Daredevil story. And then I have my favorite book from Marvel right now is Thanos by Jeff Lemire. This book, holy crap, I did not expect to love it so much. Well, I thought I would, kind of, because it's Jeff Lemire and he's my favorite writer at Marvel right now. This dude is just insanely talented, and it's sad that he only has one book at Marvel right now. He's got Thanos, and that's it. He used to be writing a bunch of different stuff. He's writing some X-Men book. He's writing an X-Men book. He was writing Old Man Logan. Now he was writing Moon Knight, but then that got canceled. But then he got taken off Old Man Logan, and now he's just writing Thanos. But Thanos is really, really, really good. The setup for this story, this book contains the first 6 issues, and right now they're on issue number 9, so it's not too far behind. If you get the trade, then you can catch up to the main issues. I'm thinking about that. I don't know if I want to do that or if I just want to wait for the trades to come out, just collect them all and trade. It's hard for me to decide, but anyways, this book is about Thanos gets god cancer, basically. Something is killing him. He doesn't know what, so he goes around the world, and he's trying to well, not around the world, around the galaxy, just trying to find a cure, figure out a way, and just threatening people like, I'll kill you if you don't cure me, and that's his deal. And then there's another storyline going on here, which is connected to the Thanos one, where Thane, his son, is trying to kill him because he knows he's weakening. So he gets a team of a bunch of different people. So his team consists of, obviously, himself, Thane, then you have Star Fox, Nebula, and Trico Slatteris, who's champion of the universe. So that's an interesting team that he has set up there. Their goal is to go to steal something that will help them kill Thanos, because even a weakened Thanos is still insanely powerful, because we just see Thanos wreck house so many times in this book. And that's all I'm going to say without spoiling anything. I highly recommend you pick up the book, though, if you haven't read it. It is insanely good. I did not expect to like it this much, and currently it's my favorite book coming out of Marvel. And that's basically the last book that I have as far as the current series going on, but there is something that I want to recommend for some people if you just want to look at books that are already out, and that would be Old Man Logan by Jeff Lemire. His run sadly ended not too long ago, which really sucks. Now we have Ed Brisson on it, who the writing, I wasn't a big fan. I read the first issue with him on it. I wasn't a big fan of the new storyline, but I was going to read it, but I couldn't read the rest of it because of the art. The artist on it is just, I hate that art. I can't stand it. But either way, if you have not read Jeff Lemire's Old Man Logan run, I highly recommend you do. If you only read one storyline from Old Man Logan, I suggest you read Border Town, which is this story right here. It's really good. It's about Old Man Logan defending a town from the Reavers, and that's basically all you need to know. It's insanely good. The art is fantastic. Seeing Wolverine tear apart the Reavers is awesome, and his final battle with Lady Deathstrike is so good. But anyways, those are my favorite books coming out of Marvel currently right now. Please let me know in the comments below what are your favorite books coming from Marvel right now, because a lot of their stuff isn't too great, but they do actually have some good stuff right now. So please let me know, and if you want to continue the conversation, you can follow me on Twitter, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.
I've been so alone ever since I left the tribe.